studio, so I am going to also need a bit of your help tonight. You should tell me if this audio is perfect. That is one. Maybe the video, tell me about that too. And then I'm also going to leave the line open, meaning we are going to take calls just any moment from now. You can phone in anytime. And if I see your call, of course, I am going to pick it. So if everything looks fine and sounds great, then we can get started. Tonight is still going to be what is cooking in Rivers State. I bet a lot of you have already been following it anyway, right? But here in the Temple of Truth, Mayegun's Diary Political, the diary is where we have been keeping all the political happenings in Nigeria for years now. And in fact, there are some of these political players, actors that we have been tracking. And one of them is Willie Wike and his own, what do you call it, power drunk, kind of like a character. There are those who are looking for how this is going to end for Wike. But there are others who believe that, well, it's still going to end well for him because of the person he is currently partnering, which is Tifnumbu. So in the past 2 weeks or thereabout, Willie Wike has been touring the local government areas in Rivers State, where he was the former governor, by the way. So, and he's been making speeches. Some of them have been very much controversial. Majority of them is just to remind the people of Rivers State and whoever cares to listen that Fubara would not be given a second term. He betrayed a lot of them, and if for any reason Fubara should become, or Fubara should win a second term, this will be the end, political end of Willie Wike and the school travelers' career. So from what I heard, by the way, it is said that last night Fubara left Nigeria. I don't know how true this is, so I heard, here you get, unconfirmed, that Fubara left Nigeria for France to go and see Tifnumbu because it seems like things are moving faster than they could imagine. So the State House of Assembly, who made allegation that since they came to power, Fubara has never really recognized them. He's been treating them as if to say they were not part and parcel of the state government, the State House of Assembly. So now they are moving to the next phase of removing him as governor. So today, Martin Amawule, the speaker, welcomed the supposed House leader, which is the House of Assembly leader, who then read the allegations against Fubara. The allegations include the misappropriation of money. They call it a gross misconduct. Okay, misappropriation of money, appointment of people into government without following the constitutional requirements, and all of that stuff. So now they want him out. But there are steps, there are procedures, by the way, before that will take place. But it's not like they're moving faster than their shadow. Let us start and kind of begin to dig into it. So according to them, if I let me put out, according to them, they sent a letter to Fubara. They are making 8 allegations against him and his deputy, Ngozi. So they said 1, reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds, unconstitutional misappropriation of public funds, hindering the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duty. Number 4, illegal appointment of persons without allowing for screening by the House of Assembly as provided by the Constitution. 5, seizure of salaries and funds meant for Assembly members. 6, seizure of salaries of the clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Emeka Amadi. 6, seizure of salaries of the clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Okay, yeah, got that. That 7, refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the legislature and the judiciary. 8. Withholding of funds meant for the running of the Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and hindering its activities. So right now, their allegations have been made. The movement for impeachment and proceeding have started. Now they need the Chief Justice of the state to now constitute a 7-man or 5-man or 3-man panel. And we then look into all these allegations, and Fubara will be given a chance if they work that way. But we are going to get to that part. First, what went down in the State House of Assembly today, which is already making the news this afternoon. Here is the leader reading what I just read now.
Just the gross misconduct and leave the particulars. Do the gross misconduct, leave the particulars for want of time, and then summarize, please.
Okay, gross misconduct.
4.
4. Appointment of persons to occupy offices and positions in the Rivers State government without allowing for requirements of screening and confirmation as prescribed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Other extant laws, but making the request for screening to persons other than the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly.
Go to the next gross misconduct, please. Five.
Gross misconduct 5. Seizure of salaries, allowances, as well as funds standing to the credit of the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 1213 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and other extant laws.
Go to 6, please.
Gross misconduct 6. Seizure of salary of the clerk of Rivers State House of Assembly, Mr. Emeka Amadi.
Seven.
Gross misconduct 7. Refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the Rivers State House of Assembly and the Rivers State Judiciary. 8. Withholding of funds meant for the running of Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and for stating a commission set up by Part 2AA of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Conclusion.
Attack and contempt for the rule of law by the governor of Rivers State or any person. What the 8th respondent has done is to destroy the government because of fear of being impeached. Mr. Speaker, this document is signed by the underlisted members of Rivers State House of Assembly, dated the 5th day of January 2026. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I read their names?
Just hurry up, please.
1. Right Honorable Dumle Maho, Bukana Constituency. Honorable Major Jack Akutoro Constituency 1. Honorable Linda Stewart, Okreka Constituency. Honorable Franklin Waboti, Oba Imbema Ndoni Constituency. Honorable Honorable Justina Imeji, Emoa Constituency. Honorable Ignatius Owuka, Eche Constituency 1. Honorable Kimese Nwankwo, Eche Constituency 2. Honorable Lemchi Prince Nyechi, Ikwele Constituency. Honorable Barele Wako, Kana Constituency 1. Honorable Emilia Lucky Amadi, Obiakwo Constituency 2. Honorable Nkemjika Ezekwem, Oba Imbema Ndoni Constituency 2. Honorable Davis Arnold Ogubolo Constituency. Honorable Sivalos Wakwo Omuma Constituency. Girard Afodi. Honorable Oyibo Constituency. Honorable Afodi Igwe Eleme Constituency. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I lay this at the table.
Please, this one. Distinguished colleagues, the majority leader, one house please, order. The majority leader has just laid before the House the notice of allegations of gross misconduct brought pursuant to Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999, and this particular letter was signed by 26 members of the Rivers House of Assembly, which the majority leader has read their names. Distinguished colleagues, I am now in receipt of this letter, and pursuant to the sections of the 1999 Constitution as amended, I will ensure that this letter is forwarded to His Excellencies Asimla Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, within 7 days. Distinguished colleagues, I will do that. Rest assured, I will not renege. I will do my job in line with the Constitution. Thank you. What order?
May I read the order?
Proceed.
So yeah, Fubara is accused of all of that. And there's something about this their River State where, we should wash the House of Assembly. So the last time when they said they were decamping, it was reported that 15 of them plus the speaker decamped to APC. The rest of them stayed in PDP. Now you have no idea. Maybe those ones have now gone to join them in APC, right? So the governor is also in APC as well. So we already have those who are kind of like, who have rejected that move. We're going to get to that part too. Martin Amawule is the speaker who has not really been able to, or should I say the entire State of Assembly, they've not really been able to act as a State of Assembly because Fubara won't deal with them. And most of what they accuse him of are actual impeachable offenses, if you must kind of like, if you read into it. So here is a Martin Amawule explaining to everyone why this their impeachment move or the removal of a Fubara is a process that it would ensure that they see to its conclusion, to its fruition. Because Fubara is a complete mistake. Yeah, Fubara is acting like he is a victim. But Fubara is not a victim in all of this. Yeah, majority of you may feel like they are working for Wike, they are on the side of the Wike, but since they became House of Assembly members, they've been denied all of their rights, their pay, their this, their that, and all for what? Because they decided to side with their godfather, kind of. Just paraphrasing what Amawule had to say and why this is so important that they remove Fubara.
I must say, going by what members have also commented, is actually a motion that is good and is in the best interests of Rivers State. 26 members of Rivers House of Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It is important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution. And the particulars of gross misconduct have a lot to do with presentation of budget, refusal to present budget, spending outside the appropriation law. Distinguished colleagues, one thing very interesting is what members also indicated in that notice, but we're not here discussing the notice, but we're only making reference to it, which is that there is a notice and the process of impeachment is on as we speak. Having received the notice, my job is to forward it, and it's important that we allow this process go through. What this motion is saying is, in the event that the governor tries, as he has always tried to do, to be smart by half, to now say he wants to bring the appropriation bill or to present the medium-term expenditure framework, the movers of this motion are saying, let him hold on now. Let the process for the investigation of the allegations brought against him and the deputy governor be concluded. Distinguished colleagues, is that not what you are saying? So it makes sense too that we allow that process to go through before we start talking about any MTF or even the 2026 appropriation bill. In any case, the governor does not even want to present any budget, because if he wanted to, he would have brought it all this while. Similar Fubara is a mistake. He is a mistake. Rivers State has never had it this bad. In the entire Nigeria, similar Fubara and Professor Mma Ngozi Odu, these are the only two people in the office at the sub-national level that are yet to present 2026 appropriation bill. The entire country. I'm sure if you go to the entire West African sub-region or even Africa, you will not find any subnational government that has not presented an appropriation bill for 2026. Who would believe that in this 21st century, that a state like Rivers State will not have an appropriation bill either presented or passed? Nothing is holding the governor for presenting it. He chose not to. And the governor has been boasting that he will always go and meet the president for the president to call us and give us instruction. He has been boasting, he has been saying it to his followers, that this assembly were nothing but toothless bulldog. That this 10th Rivers House assembly, we cannot do anything, we cannot enforce the constitution. This is a sad commentary for our democracy. Sir Simla Fubara and Professor Mma Odu, they are nothing but a threat to our nascent democracy. If they are allowed to remain in office, I don't know what will become of our democracy. And they are moving about from place to place, spending taxpayers' money without approval. Part of what led to other efforts to impeach them, first impeachment effort, second impeachment effort, has to do with refusal to present budget. Mr. President has called several meetings which we attended. Our leader, His Excellency Wike, has called several meetings. I have attended meetings with the governor, and we have called on him, present the budget, something that is in line with the constitution. He says he will not. He's above the constitution. Nothing will happen to him. If he does not present it, he will meet the president, he will meet the National Assembly, they will tell us to leave him alone. And he has been boasting about this. Now I ask members, is it the right way to go to allow a governor not to obey the constitution, to continue to spend without approval? Even when we had an approval in 2023 for the governor to spend, the governor left the constitution, left the appropriation law of 2023 and started awarding contracts outside the budget. Particulars of his award letters, they are there attached. The governor spends, people coming from outside Rivers State, he will change our naira to dollars and give to them and tell them to go and wait for. I must say, going by what members have.
If you listen to him, it is like so one-sided, but he's not completely wrong. Oh. I know. He's not completely wrong. What happened is that when they had their wahala last year and they got the state of emergency declared, okay, Tifnumbu said it was the National Assembly that would then sort of like oversee the budgetary debate of the state. So they would be the one to discuss their budget and pass it. We did that space, right? So it simply means once the status of assembly, which is this guy, is part of the fight that Fubara won't present the budget to them. He presented the budget to another faction where there are just about 4 or 5 of them, right? Remember? And that went on and on and on until they said, go and present the budget back to them. That was Steve Nungu. And then he went on to represent the budget back to them, only for the Wala chart to get escalated enough that Steve Nungu declared a state of emergency. Because they, rather than discuss the budgets, they started planning to impeach him. Because to them, he is more evil He's more this, he's more that. He has been suffering them like they have been, So you have to feel sorry for them. They want you to. Now, if you ask a Fubara himself and say, Fubara, what happened? Fubara will tell you that he is waiting for their leader, Wike, to call a meeting